Hey, what's going on, Facebook world or internet world, wherever you're coming from? My name is Jay Veal, the CEO of It's Not Complicated Tutoring, otherwise known as INC Tutoring, and I come to you today to discuss some items and some points of clarification in education and teaching. This is Webisode 1 of a series, Educational Insights, Keys to Success in Teaching. Many of you guys have contacted me and was like, "Hey Jay, how were you successful at what you did for 4.5 years of education?" And honestly, my response to that is just really, I love what I did. It was passion. I love education. I love mathematics. I love science. All those things played a key role in how I was successful in the classroom. I taught at 4 different high schools. Townview Science Engineering, which is where I graduated from, number 3. So big ups to Townview Science Engineering High School, um, the best, if you will. Great experience there. I taught at Cedar Hill Ninth Grade Center. I taught at Uplift Education Peak Prep High School, and I taught at Duncanville High School for almost 2 years. And today's video, Webisode 1, is really to give you just some insight, right? Some tips and tricks, if you will, of how to be successful at those schools. So first up is Townview. Townview Science Engineering Magnet High School is a top rated high school that has top-notch students, right? You take a test to get in, and if you pass the test, then you get a chance to get into the school if they have slots available. If not, you go into a pool or lottery, if you will, and they pick you from there. Um, People like to call Townview a cherry picker school, where everybody is chosen and strategically placed to go there. That's true to an extent, but you still have to really know how to deliver the material to their head, right? Um, During my time at Townview, I taught 4 preps as a first-year educator. That was pretty tough. I had pre-AP pre-calculus, pre-AP geometry, pre-AP algebra 2, and pre-AP fast-track mathematics. In the fast-track mathematics course, I taught 1 whole year. I'm sorry, 3 whole years of mathematics. I taught 1 year pre-calculus in one semester, 1 year of algebra 2 in one semester, 1 year of geometry in one full year. So essentially, I taught 3 years of mathematics in 1 year. Pretty intense. So my success factors at that school were just one, I got to know my students very well. I got to know what they like, what they dislike, their learning styles, their previous experiences, their previous test scores, things like that are things you need to know in order to be successful in the classroom. At Townview, the kids already come ready to learn and willing to learn. So what you need to do is actually give them a challenge. If they're not challenged, they get bored. Boredom leads to students acting up in the classroom, right? It's a bad behavior, which you don't want to have. You want to have a controlled classroom and a controlled environment so everybody can learn the best they can, all right? That is the ultimate environment to be in. To be able to control your classroom and have the students learn like they need to learn, all right? So, state standardized scores, results at Townview. 100% commended for all my freshmen that took the fast track course. 95% commended in geometry. 90% commended in pre-calculus. Across the board, I was about 93% commended. It was a phenomenal first year. I went through some ups and downs, like a typical first year teacher would be in, but I knocked the socks off of them though. Alright, so results were awesome, which is expected at that school. I had to kind of come up to the expectations of what they already wanted us to do, which is kind of challenging. So I did that. So Cedar Hill Ninth Grade Center, I taught Algebra 1. A little bit different environment. Kids are not prepared and come to learn, to want to learn. You have to get them there somehow by your enthusiasm and your knowledge of the subject and just controlling the classroom. It takes a little bit more controlling of the classroom in Cedar Hill, only because the students are not the same as they are at Townview. It's a little different. Okay, you need to care for these students and really get in tune with who they are and what they love to do in order for you to really reach them. Uplift Education, Cedar Hill, standardized state exam results at each of these schools. um, I was able to and was blessed to be able to get the highest results they've had when I've been teaching at the schools, which is pretty cool. I developed some kind of strategy, if you will, of how to keep continuing this success, no matter what kind of school it is, grade school, magnet school, private school, you know, school with bad kids, whatever the case may be. The system strategically works every single time. Um, I taught juniors and seniors at Uplift Peak Prep High School, pre-AP pre-calculus. I taught, uh, um, what was it? I taught AP Calculus. I started the AP Calculus program at that school. I was an instructional coach, which means I mentored other math teachers on how to teach math, and I was a JV varsity and JV junior varsity basketball assistant basketball coach as well. So a lot of hats I had to wear at Uplift Education. But nonetheless, again, consistency is the key. Get to know the students. You know, fill out a data sheet, information sheet, and get to know who they are, what they love to do, um, their past experiences. Do they love math or whatever? Do they love the subject? And how they plan to use that in the future, their future goals. Get to know all that stuff. Duncanville High School was the same thing, same type of environment. So really, guys, teachers, educators, those out there watching this video, 5 tips for this webisode. 1, make an information sheet or data sheet for your students. Get to know who they are. Make it a questionnaire, if you will. 2, take that home and study it, right? Get to know every single student you come across on that questionnaire. What they like to do, what their past experiences with their teachers, do they love math, what their favorite color is, when's their birthday. All that stuff plays a factor into getting to know who they are. 3, tailor your teaching and education to the student's learning style, not to yours. Okay? Just because you taught it a certain way doesn't mean they learn that particular way. Develop a way to transition all of the information in your head to theirs by multiple teaching styles that reach multiple learning types of styles. Okay? 4, follow up, right? Look at the progress of each student, make sure they're doing well, and continue to drive results to make the school look good and to make yourself look good for all that matter. And then of course 5 is really know your content. Make it fun for the students. Make it fun for them. If it's not fun, they're going to act up. If they act up, you can't get any teaching and any instruction done. So please make sure all that stuff is in order. Again, all I did for all those schools was tailor my teaching to the student. Laugh and have fun with it. Do your own thing. Really tailor everything, not cookie cutter. It's something that's custom. Customize your teaching and your education styles to every single student that you can, and you'll be on your way to a blessed classroom, an awesome school year, getting down to business and making the students succeed. That's Webisode 1. I'll come back on Webisode 2.